Hello. How's it going, guys? I'm gonna hope that everything's okay in terms of my mic. I should have double checked this before I started stream. Everything should be good. I see levels. All my channels are on. All my filters are on too. So hopefully you guys can hear me. But what's going on, guys? Another month, another work review stream. Yeah. If you're tuning in, if you're watching right now, let me know in the chat. Let me know where you guys are from. Say hello. Drop a little hi. What your name is. Where you're from. If you're watching this. But yeah, before we start everything, I actually want to make a very small announcement in the community. So if you're not already in the frame by frame server, I actually announced a community challenge that is live right now. You can participate, and you don't have to be like a Kaizen member or anything. You just have to join the Discord, and you are eligible. So I'm excited about this because it's a format for a contest / challenge that I haven't really seen any other community do, whether it's Discord or wherever else. Because most of the time they're usually like, it feels like they're popularity contests where, you know, if they get the most likes or the most engagement, then they win. And maybe it's just like one judge, and it's just like there's this very big disparity between the winner and like the rest of the participants. And I really wanted to like try and solve that issue while introducing my own kind of like community challenge. So this way it allows people to still get feedback on their work, even if they don't like win the prize. And there are also 3 ways to win. So there are 3 winners. And in the spirit of frame by frame, like I think what matters is just getting work out there, sharing it, and also getting feedback so that you can build momentum and grow from that. So I'm trying to reward people who give feedback as well, like good constructive criticism, and really just encourage that kind of behavior, because that's what I think, you know, creators find the most valuable. So yeah, community challenge is live. If you want a little more information, all you have to do is go to the community challenge channel over here, read this post, and it will tell you basically how I'm judging it and all that stuff. So yeah, hopefully it is all clear. And yeah, very curious how many people will be joining in and engaging with it. But start things off with the submit for live review channel. We got Jukesy02 over here. We've been waiting for the whole month. Let's go. Yes, you have submitted something fairly early, and I remember you telling me not to watch it until the live review stream, and here we are to witness in all its glory. So let's filter it by January 2026. There's a lot more submissions this time around. Damn, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Damn, 11 submissions compared to last month where we only had like 5. And then before that, there's like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've like basically doubled almost. So that's great. I'm glad that you guys, you know, have been enjoying this stream, this work review thing. And I've only been doing it for, I guess, like half a year now. And every time it's been really fun and really insightful. And seems like you guys enjoy it as well. So yeah, let's do this. Been waiting for the last 20 minutes. Let's go. Thank you for waiting. And thanks for joining the stream. So first one we got is Jukesy. Please correct me if I say your username wrong, by the way. I always take my best guess, but as I said, this submitted pretty early, and the feedback focus here is the pacing, color, sound, and emotional clarity. So a few things to touch on. As usual, I'll try and basically point out one thing that I liked about it and one thing that I think might require a bit of focus. It seems like the feedback focus is more of like a general thing, but I'll mention things as they kind of pop up. So for context, this is a gaming edit, specifically Valorant. I'm still learning video editing and aiming to become a content creator and work in this field. I also plan to start animating next month, and we'll be posting animation work as well. Sweet. It's nice that you're trying to, you know, diverse yourself in terms of the craft and learn some animation as well. If that makes sense for content creation. And yeah, I feel like gaming content there's like a very big niche and market for it. Like a lot of people enjoy watching it. A lot of gamers require editors as well. So it's a good field to get in. But anyways, let's get into watching it. Let me go back. You playing hopscotch on that top notch on the block. Slip and slide like me, no. Spice it up with a sauce. Yeah, my Lord said don't do it. I said bah, bah, bah. Yeah, my Lord said don't do it. I said bah. Damn, I love the energy of the music already. All those moments where you're timing like the lyrics with the gunshot as well. That was cool. What a dirty bass drop, holy. I'm a big sucker for like this genre of music. This genre of like EDM. So I already love it. I love the energy of it. I love the pacing as well. I think that there are some creative decisions that that I enjoy as well, like cutting. I think there was like some cutting to the pacing of the music over here too, like those little jump cuts that are jumping in as well. I think that's working for me. I think it's very like how to say it? Like an easy way to add some style to it, and yeah, it makes like the edit overall really fun to watch. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty solid. I think the only thing that kind of confused me a little bit was like the intro, and I guess it's just kind of like some sort of cold open that feels a little memey because it's just like introduces into the Valorant, but like I think my expectation was kind of like thrown off because I knew it was a Valorant edit, but I didn't see much Valorant at first, so I wasn't sure what if I like had the right video, and I think that my concern would be like if viewers have that expectation as well. Like it's nice to have that kind of like plot twist kind of thing. Like it subverts expectation. So people are kind of like expecting one thing and then like it twists it and then it keeps things engaging. But like for me, it sort of like threw me off. Like I wasn't sure what to expect. But I think the tension here is just like, oh, he's like, you know, doing a handstand on his fingers on top of a building. And it's just like, oh, what's going to happen next? Is he going to fall? And then it goes into the Valorant edit. And I think that's the logic. And that's interesting to me, but I think personally it just was, I don't know, there was like it felt like there was not enough of a connection for me as a viewer, and maybe it's just me because I don't watch like gaming montage stuff, but that was my first impression. But anyone who's watching this as well, let me know in the chat what you guys think too. Like, how did you feel about it? Because overall, like I said, I love the pacing of it. I like the creative liberty. I like the attention to detail and intention when it came to lining up like the lyrics, like the pop with like the gunshot. Like that's very cathartic. That makes it really, I don't know, just like feels good while you're watching the edit. But just like small things like the beginning, wasn't too sure. And also I guess just like, you know, experiment with some more effects and just like put into practice as well when it comes to like overlays and stuff, because I think this particle effect was kind of like, it looked a little thrown on. Not to say that you should like overdo effects, because that can definitely like get too much and become a little overbearing and too flashy. I think it's good to keep things clean, but you know, I think that naturally as you cut more of it, you'll develop kind of like, I guess like a style, like with all things. And that just comes with editing more. But overall, this is awesome. This is solid. I love it. And I love the music choice. Music is like such an important thing, like element to like really set the tone of things. And this really like set the tone right away. So you got that down. But yeah, thanks for submitting this. This is awesome. Nice. What a great start to the stream. People are learning the system, so I'm sure it'll continue to fill up. Yes, yes. Big fan of yours from Indonesia. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. We got the Tech Master Rid. Yeah, welcome to the stream. We got Baracker Zion List from Tanzania. Nice, nice. We got places. We got people from all places around the world. The dirty bass drum coming. Yeah, right. Insane. Wait, let's listen to that part again. Like that felt good, you know? Stank face moment. I love your work, dude. Huge inspo. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Micah Mayfield. And thanks for tuning into the stream. Intro needs a better transition. Yeah, I don't know if it's like the transition or just like the shots in general. I do agree, like the transition itself over here feels like something could be a little smoother. Hi, if you want to limit your transition effects, so don't stuck intro. Sorry, let me read that again. Musta says, hi, if you want to limit your transition and effects so you don't stuck in tutorial hell, what effect transition that you should learn? Sorry, I'm trying to wrap my head around that. If I want to limit the transition and effects, then I don't think I would learn any more of them. I think the best way to go about it would be to just fall back on your fundamentals when it comes to, like, you know, practicing how to smoothen your J and L cuts, because those are technically kind of transitions. So it's not just like a hard cut. I would practice more of that and try to avoid using too many flashy effects. Yeah, if the intro cut matched the same position or like same movement the character was doing, then the blend would be better. Yeah, I kind of expected that, like, because the subject is falling over here, like if there was a Valorant character that like fell into frame, I think that would match things a little bit better. Otherwise it feels a little too like separated. Go is live. Got Ox Super Prime. What's going on? How can I share my work to you for the review? So I forgot to lock the thread, but I'm going to lock it now. And basically at the end of the month, near the end of the month, sorry, every month, I will make an announcement that says that this channel is open for submission. So any member that's on the server can submit their work to be reviewed on stream. So right now, so most of the month I close it, so it's just not like open all the time. And then I'll do an announcement like this, monthly work review stream, and then when that's happening, and then you grab the role review ready if you want to be notified. So I'm not always pinging everyone for it. But yeah. Yes, monthly in Discord frame by frame. Yeah, so that's kind of the gist of how I will check out your work. But yeah, thanks for submitting it. That's awesome. Let's move on. Submit for live review. Got a drink commercial from Whirlino. Whirlino? Feedback focuses editing rhythm, color, and product presentation. Okay, it's a spec commercial for a canned drink. First time exploring beverage advertising with a focus on editing rhythm and visual presentation of the product. Okay, sweet. Sweet, that was clean. Holy. That was nice. What did you guys think? I liked it. I think this gave like a really professional look. It has like this really crisp, like, I don't want to say corporate, but like just has like a clean professional look to it, you know? Like it's bright, it's vibrant. There's like this soft light over here. The can is wet, you know, because it's been like sprayed probably, so it looks like it's fresh and, you know, cold, just condensation. Like it really kicks into gear right from the get-go with this digital scale out to reveal the drink, and then all these dynamic movements as well. Like this is good. This is just like a solid job. There's a great variety of shots as well, with like the text with the mango and everything, and shots like that. So that's pretty sweet. Yeah, this is solid. Nice work. The thing that I would say stood out to me. Okay, well, there are two things, right? One of them was, I love the idea of this snapping open on its own, but I think it's just some practice with compositing or like using a different asset, or literally just having a spray bottle from behind this can. So it's like you're using forced perspective and then like spraying, like spritzing a little bit, because this looked a little bit like it wasn't composited. It doesn't look like very real, I guess. But I do appreciate the creativity behind it, and like I see the vision. So the other thing is, or also the last thing that I want to point out is made in Italy. Like I could not register all of that so quickly because of how fast it was. Like I love the big bold text. This looks like great. I love the texture of the background and everything. The color choice is amazing as well. It's just that it's flashing by a little too fast, so I can't read it. Like I would rather just like stick with maybe mango and then sugar free and then like lose made in Italy or something, just so I can really register what it says. Otherwise it just flies by. But this is such like a great end card to really wrap the video up with. So this is solid. Like this is so good. I can imagine seeing this on social media actually. Yeah, totally. Like this already looks like an ad that a company would hire you for to make. So this is great as spec work. Clean the music after like 3 seconds had an underwater and muted tone. I would have matched the frame with the sound a bit more. Check that out. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I can appreciate what's happening here in terms of like using the sound effects to try and match like it looked like a speed ramp so that the water looks like it's moving. And I'm sure that was to motivate the sound, but I think that could be a little more apparent visually. I think that's what they're trying to say. I'm not sure if it was one of the focuses for feedback, but I think the lighting on the can could be tweaked to avoid that square from the softbox. That is a great point. Was there a reflection? Oh yeah, it's true. Like stuff like this. And it's really like those small details that kick it up a notch. That really gives it that pristine look. And I don't shoot with cans very often, so I don't really know what the best way is to combat that, but I remember seeing TikToks about it that will provide some tips and techniques to avoid things like this. But overall, it's great. Thank you for submission. Drink commercial. Very nice. Our next submission: when creating stops being fun, it starts being pressure. I know what that's like. I've gone through that a lot. Feedback request. I would really like if you could give me some advice for filmmaking since I am new to this. Okay, this video is for the content creators who, content creators why started it as a fun but stopped it for being judged. Okay, gotcha. So it seems like some general advice for filmmaking. I'll just kind of say what comes to mind. Yeah, well done indeed. The last one was really good. So was this to an account or was it to a piece of work? Oh, sorry, I clicked the embedded.
Because we felt like it.
Let me refresh this, see if I can just like bump it a little bit bigger just for the stream.
We used to make things because we felt like it. Then suddenly, people started watching,
That's a cool shot.
judging, expecting. The fun disappeared the moment the stakes showed up. Because now, it counts. You hesitate more, you overthink more, you restart more. Because now, it counts. We used to make things.
Nice. That was solid. That was great. I really enjoyed that. There was a lot of creativity and intention behind it. Especially like that shot. Like I can't scrub through this unfortunately on Instagram.
Then suddenly,
I think someone mentioned there's a plugin to do that, and I should have downloaded it. But like this shot over here kind of reminds me of like Full Metal Alchemist. For any anime watchers in the stream right now.
watching.
Like I love these kind of like surreal shots. I love these kind of like pointing stuff.
Expecting. The fun
Right.
disappeared the moment the stakes showed up. Because now, it counts.
Yeah, this is solid. Nice job. You should be proud of this.
You
I think
hesitate.
the only thing that really stood out to me that I want to point out is music choice. I think there's like a melancholy feel to it, which is probably why you chose it. But I think the lyrics in the background is distracting, especially if you have voiceover, because now you have two vocals competing with each other. So when I was trying to listen to you, I was getting distracted by the lyrics. So I think that's something to pay attention to moving forward. Otherwise, solid visuals. Keep it up. I think it's great. What do you guys think? Where do we find your Discord? I think it should be in the description below. There should be a link to the Discord. If not, let me know and I will send a link in the chat right now. N8 Creates. What's going on? Best editing software from transition from Pro Capture Desktop. I have a M4 Mac. Thanks, bro. Sorry, I'm not going to be answering any questions this stream that don't have anything to do or is not relevant to the work review stream, because just to kind of like keep in focus and on topic for the people that are joining in. But if enough people want me to do like an Ask Me Anything stream, maybe eventually. But unfortunately, even if it was a Ask Me Anything, I'm not sure if I'd be able to answer this question. Sorry. Thank you. We'll submit my work next time. Yep. Yeah, you just got to join the Discord and then just keep an eye out for the announcement. But yeah, this is a solid submission. Nice. These have all been good so far. Holy. All right, next one. Just create what makes you happy. Oh, I like the theme of what's happening so far. It's just like talking about creating. Is it fun? Does it stop being fun? It definitely stops being fun after a while if you're not careful. Feedback request is retention, hook, and relatability. Okay, so I used to have one YouTube channel a few years ago. I split them thinking it would be better to niche on specific ones. Last year I decided to join them back together and just be me on YouTube. I want a brand to be me and my audience to watch the content for what I share and my opinions on those things. Nice. Yeah, it can be kind of tough knowing what kind of direction to take your YouTube channel. We got Tommy over here. Tommy does everything. He's a mod in our server, one of my good buddies, and he's kind of like in a similar spot where he's joining everything into one channel, hence the name Tommy Does Everything. But yeah, let's check this out.
A couple years ago,
So this video is a bit longer than I usually allow submissions because in my rules, 3 minutes max. Oh, actually, never mind. For some reason, I thought it was 60 seconds, but I think I'm just thinking of, what's it called? My community challenge has to be under 60 seconds. So that was what's in my head. Yeah, check this out.
A couple years ago, I split up my YouTube channels. At that time, it felt like the right thing to do. Everything you read says stick to one topic, focus on one niche.
It's true.
And I get it. It makes sense. I thought splitting my channels would give me more freedom. One space for music, another space for film. It was supposed to help me
Tommy,
focus,
you watching this?
keep things clean.
This sounds really familiar.
For a while, it worked. Each channel had a purpose, but something just started to feel off. The truth is, it didn't expand my creativity. It really just boxed me in. Instead of feeling inspired, I started feeling stuck and unmotivated. Each channel became this set of rules that I had to follow. And if I wanted to make something that didn't fit those rules, I just didn't make it. Slowly, that spark, the part of me that just wanted to create, got quieter.
Oh yeah, that'll happen.
What I've realized is I don't get inspired by staying in a lane. I get inspired by doing lots of things,
Tommy knows his
creative or
pain.
not. Shooting film, making music, fixing synths, working on cars, tinkering with gear, telling stories. And I know I'm not the only one. A lot of people out there are multi-passionate, creative, curious. But you might feel pressure just to choose one thing, to be just a musician, or just a filmmaker, or just a content creator in a specific niche.
Oh yeah.
But some
I
of
feel
us
that
just
too.
don't work that way, and that's okay. So, moving forward, I'm bringing everything back into one place, right here.
Such a cool setup, by the way.
Gear, film, stories, just life. The truth is, none of us are just one thing, and we're not meant to be. In the end, all I want to be on YouTube is me, and maybe that's what you want too.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. What a great message too. I love that. I love the tone. I love the pacing. Everything's working really like right for me.
Instead of
Yeah, and I think the music choice is also really good too. It has this like ambient undertone that feels a little melancholic because you're talking about something that's, you know, personal to you, talking about your personal journey as well. I think all of it's clicking really well. And also just like, you know, the way that you're able to keep the colors really natural with these shots. Like it feels like we're very eye level with you as a viewer, and really like, you know, just having this very like, what's the word? I'm trying to think of a word that is not like, it's like an intimate moment. You know what I mean? It's just like you're bonding with someone. That's the vibe that I'm getting from it. And I think that's the vibe that you're trying to go for as well. So
specific need right here.
I think you're nailing it. And I think your setup is sick. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just like the black background and like the way that, you know, there's so much texture and practicals and everything. Like, it's solid.
Back in. The truth is, none of us.
Yeah, I think you convey your message really well. So retention, hook, and relatability. Like relatability, totally, like you nailed it. Retention was good too. I didn't have any issues with it. I think there was a great variety of shots. There was a variety of locations as well, so it never felt bland. It's not just like a talking head. So you're doing great.
A couple years ago, I split up my YouTube channels. At that time, it felt like the right thing to do. Everything you read says stick to one topic.
Your hook was great too. Like I'm rewatching it just to see if there was anything to
and I get it.
catch.
It
But
makes sense. I thought splitting my channels would give me more freedom.
this is just solid. Like this is just good. Like so far, a lot of these submissions have just been good. It's hard to like complain about anything. If there's anything to focus on, like, I mean, what do you guys think, chat? I think maybe like some lighting stuff could have been a little bit improved in terms of like this, for example, like fading, like your silhouette over here is sort of like fading into the darkness. It does feel moody and everything, but that's really the only thing. There are some shots where it feels like the lighting is a little flat. So that could be kind of worked on.
Expand,
but like the shot with their talking heads are like solid.
Like something
So
thing. Telling stories.
yeah, like I think the pacing and everything's great. Like, what do you guys think? Just catching up on the messages here. I know the submissions are closed, but let me know if you can submit anything after you finish your current ones. I actually reached out to you if could finish edits and you're fully, but I see. Yeah, unfortunately, I just don't have the capacity to take things on, and I'm also, unfortunately, we'll see how the stream goes, because the reason I try to limit my submission window is to like make sure that I'm not streaming for too long, because I made that mistake on my very first stream and I only have so much energy to allot for this. So yeah, we will see. Discord's not in the description. Okay, let me quickly. Just trying to think what that is again. Okay, it should be this link. Hi from Portsmouth, England. Welcome. Cole Blake VFX. What's going on? We got someone from England. This video is fire. I saw it. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, Tommy recognizes it. He knows what's up. He knows this message all too well. We got Jojo Uncle Vlogs, what's going on? Hi with love from India. Nice. Yeah, you really loved everything about this video. Yeah, I loved so much about this video too. Submit channel is no found. Where is the channel? It is hidden, so I will open it up near the end of the month. Usually it's about a week beforehand. So near the end of the month, I will open it up like usually 1 week beforehand. And then again, I will make an announcement that tags anyone with the review ready tag. And as a reminder, how you get that is when you're onboarding and you pick your roles, just answer yes for this if you want your work to be reviewed on stream. Yeah. So for now, it's hidden. You cannot send out. Yeah, okay. I should have read the message afterwards because people are answering for me. Everything's great, but yeah, maybe some coloring. Yeah, I think it's just, I'm not sure if it's the coloring. I think it's mostly the lighting. It could be some coloring as well. I think it actually benefits from not being overly stylized because he is trying to be personal here. If it becomes too stylized, it almost like can create a disconnect with the viewers. And I think what he's trying to do is create like empathy. And I think that's working quite well. I like it. It might be too in the niche for this video, but I like the message and relatability. Yes, yes. Can you share your work? I will check this when I have time. The reason I make this submit for a live review is to make sure that people actually want me to review their stuff, get a chance to do that, as opposed to like me reviewing everything and share your work and it starts getting really flooded and there's just no way for me to like review all of the videos and pieces of work in there in one stream. But when I have the time, I will check it out. Hello, may I send you a video and could you please give me your feedback? Yeah, but you'll have to use the submit for live review channel, which I was talking about briefly earlier about how to do that. Just join the Discord and get an announcement and keep an eye out for the announcement for when it opens up. Hey, please take a look at this message. Thanks. Please try to read the Bible. That's great. This is not the space for that, unfortunately. Let's move on. We got Mark. Oh, Mark Gustav. This guy. He is a homie. He's a talented FPV drone pilot. Says, hey, bro, would love some feedback to this edit. Any tips on sound design where you could see transitions potentially be made? Like more than just a cut, but something I can do in camera or in post to make it intentional, deliberate transition. Okay, thank you, bro. You demand. I already watched this video and it's solid, but I am more than happy to watch it again on this stream and kind of like make some comments about it.
Program loading. Establish your connection. Connection successful.
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. And that shot where it tracks like the ATV or the buggy, that was sweet. And those fly-throughs that are like close to the mountain, the rocks, like yeah. FPV like drone piloting is just so sick. We indeed. That was a great moment. sweet. I enjoyed it just as much on the second watch. Yeah, nice job. Shout out to Mark. If you don't already like know his stuff, he does a bunch of like FPV piloting content. If you're trying to get into that and you're interested in that niche, then check him out. So Mark's feedback focus was on transitions, right? Like more than just a cut, tips on sound design, and also something in camera opposed to make the intentional deliberate transition. Let's focus on the actually sound itself. I actually wasn't paying attention to too much because I felt like it was pretty solid already. Because I felt like I heard some oceany bits. But if we want to like add sound to like make it feel more immersive, then there could definitely be some like waves crashing or waves like whooshing as we're flying lower. And it can feel like, you know, as we're getting closer to the water, it becomes louder because it feels like we're physically getting closer. Same thing for like, you know, when you are flying through like things like tight spots, it could be like, right? It could be like a heavy whoosh kind of thing, a slow one. So it feels like something has whipped by. If it's something really fast and very small, then it can be like higher sounding whooshes. Even like this, like if you heard like the engine of the vehicle, like that would make things a little more immersive as well. I think it's just paying attention to what are the diegetic sounds that you can apply whenever something visually happens on screen. But all that takes a lot of time. So I think even without the sound, like this was really a really enjoyable watch. And when it comes to the transition itself, I think some things you could experiment with is trying to do, just think like in-camera transitions without the drone. So for example, if you have like a foreground wipe, that's a really classic one. So when something wipes in front of camera, like, right? Or your camera like goes behind someone's back like that, during that moment where it like is covered by the subject, that could be a cut, right? And then it transitions from like one location to another. So think about how you would traditionally do that with like a gimbal or a handheld, and then apply that with a FPV drone. So for example, imagine this shot where you're orbiting around her and then like it's really close and her back is completely covering the lens, sort of. It doesn't even need to cover completely. It could be a match cut. And then your next shot is also an orbiting shot, but instead of the beach, it's like somewhere else, like featuring the dune buggy over here. Like this shot, like that. Like that could have been a transition if it was just like covered, sort of, if you know what I mean. So that can be something to experiment with. And I don't think that's very difficult in terms of like adding a bit more style and intention. But overall, such an enjoyable viewing experience. But yeah, what do you guys think in chat? Do you guys watch FPV stuff? I usually don't, but whenever they do, it's just like, it's fun. It's a roller coaster. The only reason that I asked is to see my work. I was creating premium ads for different brands, but I'll make sure. Yeah, just that's the intention of having this live review stream, right? Keeps everything fair for the members, keeps things fair and respectful for myself as well in terms of my time and energy. We got unusual join activity detected in frame by frame. I'll check it out later. I'm assuming that people are joining just from this stream so that they can submit their work for next time. This video is satisfying. Yeah. W. Big dub. Love it. Only feedback is to make your cuts when you put your FOV goggles on. More interesting. Think Iron Man like it going in. Yeah, that could be another thing as well. It's just like that. Think like suit up sequence. Could be a sequence of inserts, like a superhero suit up. We got Just Jonesy saying, how is your channel so underrated? When I watch your videos, I think of 1 million subscribers. Keep pushing. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. Yeah, I get that a lot, which I think is a testament to the quality of my work. I guess it's good. I don't know. But it's always very flattering when people are like, oh my God, it seems like you should have way more subscribers and stuff like that. And I usually handle compliments quite poorly because I think that people are just being nice. But, you know, when so many people are saying stuff like that, it's just like, oh, gives me a little confidence in terms of my work because, you know, you can be your own worst critic when it comes to your own creations. But yeah, I appreciate that. We got not Matt Lara saying, miss this because will life, of course. Rewinding, appreciate you reviewing the video. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad that you get a chance to tune in now. But on to the next one. We got Spice over here saying that their feedback focus is on flow / pacing, composition and or storytelling. So more like a general thing. Context. So I've been trying to get back on posting and I'm trying to get in the niche of solo filmmaking. So that is something that I personally relate to a lot. Sorry, let me reread that because it was a longer sentence. So I've been trying to get back on posting and I'm trying to get in the niche of solo filmmaking as that is something that I personally relate to a lot. Okay, so this is the second video on it, and although I'm more than happy with the outcome, and it has made me push the boundaries for the next reel even more, I'd still like some feedback on how this could be improved. And thank you for reviewing this. Yeah, okay, sweet. So solo filmmaking is what you resonate with. It's what I resonate with as well. I actually don't like large sets and big crews and stuff. I just prefer skeleton crew or just filming on my own. So I can definitely relate to that. Something I hate about Instagram is whenever I don't know if I just don't have a setting turned on. If you guys know in chat, it's just like I play a video and it starts off muted. Like it never starts unmuted. And I don't know what's going on with that. And it makes reviewing work kind of annoying. But here we go.
You don't need a studio to get cinematic lighting. You just need to stop lighting your room and start lighting your subject. Most solo filmmakers flash their space with light. That's why it looks flat. One key light and one shadow. That's all. You don't need a studio to
Sweet.
get cinematic
I like how it's like stylized the light is, like with the cherry red and everything.
lighting. You just need to stop
And you're also sharing your own perspective in terms of like how to get cinematic lighting.
lighting your room and start lighting your subject.
But personally, I do not agree with this advice. Not to say that I didn't like the video, but most cinematographers will say light your space, not your subject. But I understand what you're trying to say, because if you light it flat on like this, of course it doesn't look cinematic. Like this is
Filmmakers flash their
when you pay attention to your subject and how that looks.
flat.
That's how you create depth and stuff like that.
And one shadow.
But I think it's important to be able to share your perspective. If you think lighting your subject is the technique that gets you better results, then keep going, develop your style. Like there's really no wrong way. Just know that most of the time people like try to light spaces instead of faces. I don't know which cinematographer says that, and that's the technique that I'm trying to lean towards as well. But overall, like this lighting is pretty sweet. Like this is way better than flat lighting for sure. Like imagine just turning your big room light on, like as opposed to this. This definitely looks more cinematic. Personally, I think that the tone is very chill. So if that is the demographic and space that you want to be in, then I think you're nailing it. Otherwise, I think that for retention, it feels a little low energy, if that makes sense. So people could have trouble keeping their attention with the video. I don't think I really did, but that's just something to be aware of. Maybe you guys in chat don't agree with me. Let me know what you guys thought about that as well. But yeah, thanks for submitting. Moving on, we got Sage. Hey, I'm Sage. I submitted this film in pilot category for an AI film. Sorry, I'm getting a scam call. For an AI film festival. Sweet. Feedback focus being on camera work, pacing would be the main focus. Okay, I want it to flow and keep the viewer's attention. So if there are segments that can be tightened or cut altogether, I would love to hear your professional opinion. For context, it's a comedic short where professionals that are portrayed as babies learn to survive an AI apocalypse. Business baby with PTSD crosses a tightrope to restore power during a zombie outbreak. Logline: when the power goes out during an AI survival class, a corporate baby haunted by a public speaking disaster must overcome his fears and cross a zombie infested courtyard on a tightrope to save his classmates and prove that education, not fear, is the key to surviving the AI revolution. Man, that is wild, guys. I'm excited to see how this is. I think you can do better, to be honest, color grading, camera angles, and more stuff about sound. Yeah, I think that just comes from just practice, experience. I think it's a good start to things. Just talking about that previous video over here. But yeah. Let's check out this AI survival zombie thing. Oh, we just got one with a gun. Okay.
Welcome. Today we're discussing the great dichotomy of artificial intelligence, the tension between FOMO and doing actual harm, between being left behind and racing ahead so fast that you break everything. Most of you think you're late to the party. You're not. You're not too late. You're at the very beginning of AI. Most people aren't even aware of what it's truly capable of.
Sir, do you think we'll ever really understand it? Yeah, and like, will we know when we're using it wrong?
Excellent questions. That's exactly what we need to explore. Both the capabilities and the ethical boundaries.
Oh yeah, AI is such a relevant topic right now. Very meta using AI to comment about AI. Oh, the chicken exploded.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Now, the opposite end of the spectrum, the corporate PR nightmare, where moving too fast with AI gets you roasted in public.
Education is the key to surviving AI's future. And that's why innovation matters.
He used an M dash!
That's how I feel too sometimes when I read things and there's an M dash.
On the next episode of Surviving AI.
I've got eyes on them.
Oh, there's a tightrope.
Oh, he's never gonna make it.
Sweet. I love the creativity behind it. I think it was a fun watch. I love that there is a variety of shots that are created and cut as well. Like, it feels visually interesting because it's not just like, you know, one angle or like, you know, the same space or anything like that. Like, it feels like there are cutaways and inserts that make sense. I think in terms of the pacing, it does feel a little slow. I think that just comes from, I don't know if there's a quick fix for that. I think it just comes from editing more to really understand how long to hold each shot, because there are some shots that definitely felt a little longer than others. If I were to give you an example, the comedic moment of like the chicken coming in,
Slop?
like they're plucking for a little while before going into the
Slop?
punchline.
Slop! Slop! Problem solved!
Thank you, Lieutenant. Now, the trip.
Like, I think that could have been a lot tighter. I think everything just could be snippier. If I'm being honest, like this whole 2 minutes and 15 could have been like at most 2 minutes, in terms of just like reworking the pacing and thinking about retention, I guess. But if it's like, how would I say it? If it is meant to be a series and people have the patience to sit through it, then I think you can go into the mindset of not rushing things too much. But like, I think just overall it could be tighter. Not only that, I think it's also some, I don't know if continuity is the right word, but it's just like the shot from like him speaking,
The very beginning of AI.
hard cutting to him looking out of the window. I think I would have preferred from this over to this and then this, because the logic is that this is the face, right, that we've been seeing him talk the entire time. We're conditioned that he's just speaking in front of a chalkboard the entire time. And then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, it's cutting to him looking at the window, and it's a very similar angle, but just punched a little bit tighter. And we don't know if this is happening at the same moment as him speaking in the classroom or something else. So that kind of like threw me off as a viewer. So I think those are the things to kind of pay attention to. And I think that comes from just like watching more of other like series and pilots and shows and stuff like that, and understanding their decisions when they're cutting, and then just trying to make small fixes in your own. Yeah, what do you guys think in chat? I think that's kind of like the way that I think you can like progress or like take it to the next level. We got Just Jonesy saying 15 from Germany, and you're like in super filmmaker, and I can't name YouTube filmmaker that's so talented like you. Thank you. Hopefully I'm soon as good as you. When do you start filmmaking? I started when I was your age, dude. I started when I was 15 as well. I'm not AI animation fan, sorry, but the idea is cool. I like it. Yeah, usually I'm not a big fan of watching AI content. But I think that there is a storyline, there's a through line to this, and there is a message, and I think that it should be celebrated and encouraged for people to use whatever medium they wish in order to express that. But I'm not the demographic for this kind of video, for sure. Howdy guys. Oh, what's going on? We got Outbreak in the chat. Fun, but wait, I got lost 3/4 of the way. I think it might be just because
End of the spectrum. Too fast with it.
going into a different space and then ending it over there when we start off with the classroom feels a little bit disjointed. Just rewatch. Appreciate your kind words and thoughts. Always look to improve and grow, and you taking the time to offer your feedback means more than you could imagine. Yeah, I'm glad that you got something valuable out of it. Usually I'm just kind of like throwing my thoughts out, but try to be helpful where I can. Keep crushing and stoked to keep tuning into your story. Thank you. Thank you for your insight. Super helpful. Oh, we got Sage over here. He was the one submitting this video. But yeah, hopefully that was kind of helpful. I know it was like a bit vague and generic, but I think those were the things that kind of stood out to me while I was watching this. Yeah, video is usually terrible, but this was cut above the rest. Insane prompting, dude. Yeah, for sure. Like this is actually like way more palatable compared to some of like the AI quote unquote slop that I see. Like some stuff is like really bad, and I think that like it shows passion and it shows attention to detail when you're able to like fine tune. Like I know how tough it is to like just get like the texture right and getting like certain angles right and like certain actions as well, and how many times you have to generate. So for you to actually string together a coherent story and like be able to generate all those shots as well, and each shot I imagine like takes however many generations as well. Like it takes a lot of time. Like I can understand the hate and the disrespect for AI creators, but like there's still a lot of work behind it, and I think that shows. And that shows through this this pilot. So yeah, thanks for submitting. We got Al. He submitted a SaaS explainer video by AI. Or sorry, it's Al, right? AL. Yes, okay. It looked like a capital I to me. Through that focus, I produced this entire video single-handedly from the initial script to the final render. Damn, that's a lot of work. I'd love to hear your feedback on the project. Okay, so the context of this video is that it introduces ESAP AI. I unfortunately don't know what that is, but an intelligent agent designed to simplify daily office work. Okay, the goal of ESAP AI is to completely reshape how people and enterprises work. Well, I guess we will take a look. Have a little gander at what this is all about. Timing credits on those AI generations. Absolutely. I have been doing some AI generation on Higgsfield lately for my next video, actually. Takes time. Takes a lot of time, takes a lot of generation, especially if you don't know what you're doing. It's just like you're just stabbing in the dark, hoping that your prompt is okay. I have time today says about to go into work. I'm going to glaze RQ, but you are the best editor I've seen. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's funny how your name is I have time today, but you don't have time because you have to go to work. But yeah, thanks for swinging by regardless. But let's check out this SaaS video, explainer video.
Picture your daily office work running smoothly. No complicated ERPs, no scattered systems, no endless clicking. Just work that finally feels simple. No more typing, no more remembering. Just your voice and an intelligent agent that takes care of the rest. Introducing ESAP AI. Created with one clear goal, to completely reshape how people and enterprises work. A new era where every employee has a personal AI assistant, guiding, executing, and learning with them every day. We rebuilt productivity around human-centric intelligence, placing people, not systems, at the center of every workflow. This isn't the future of work. This is the present, powered by ESAP AI. Beyond automation,
that's a cool little match cut.
Next generation of work.
There's a lot of fun ideas in this one. It has like a minimal, clean look to it that I think you've nailed. There's a nice coherent color scheme as well, of green and stuff like that. Even if you're using AI footage, it's just like that cohesion makes it look like it's not random. So I feel like there's a lot of great intentional choices in this video so far. Just as a little reminder of what you're trying to look for in terms of your feedback. I'd love to hear your feedback on the project. Okay, so it's just something generic. Yeah, I think like it's solid work. There are a few things that I can point out to brush up and bring it kind of like into the next like caliber of things, I guess, if that makes sense. First thing is like the monotonous voiceover. The vibe of the voiceover does not get me very excited about this video. And I'm going to guess it's an AI voiceover because it just feels very unexpressive. And I think that's an important detail that should not be looked over, especially if that's going to be the vehicle that drives the story and the important features of your platform. Make sure that you have a good voiceover artist, or you're using a voice that like embodies the spirit of like what you want to convey, because I get a very bland vibes from this voiceover, to put it very bluntly.
Systems at the center of every work.
And also, I understand AI footage being a shortcut for not having to shoot live footage because it saves on money, saves on time. And I know that you're also doing all of this on your own as well, which is like really impressive, by the way. Like you threw in a lot of things that are working really well. But because you're talking about a platform that is supposed to help real people with their real jobs do their real everyday tasks, I'm not convinced that this platform is going to be able to help me when I'm seeing AI people in the video, if you understand what I'm saying. Yeah, so there's like an emotional disconnect that doesn't make me feel convinced as a viewer or potential, like a prospective customer, that would even buy into this platform, if that makes sense. Otherwise, I think the animation is pretty solid. Like I said, the consistency and the style, like it feels clean, it feels minimal. Like this stuff looks great. So you've nailed this. But those small things can make a really big difference if you kind of like focus on those areas a little more. Let's see what's going on in the chat. We got Hula Hoop Sake asking me where I got my glasses from. I got them from a family friend's eyeglasses shop. I believe they're Gucci. Actually, no. That's these ones. These are my regular ones. Right now, the ones that I'm wearing are like Boss, I think. There's like black frame glasses that I got like years ago, 10 years ago. I only wear these when I'm wearing headphones so they don't crush my skull. We got Wait Bro is watching. Yes, I am. No comments for this. Thank you. But to respect the chat box, please don't spam it. This is not the best way to get anyone's attention. But yeah, let's move on. Hello, thanks for inspiring and making awesome content, bro. Yeah, for sure. I'm glad that you found it awesome. And thanks for being in the stream. Blue light protection? I don't really know. It's been a while since I've had these classes. We got Ali over here, the real motivation. Hey, first of all, sorry that the video is not in English. I had plenty of English videos ready to upload as well, but I wanted to get your thoughts on the graphics and video environment, animation, and sound design in this one. This is a clip taken from a podcast where the speaker discusses how various events and the people around you can impact your motivation. Cool.
یکی از چیزایی که خیلی متوجه شدم اینه که زندگیت کلا اتفاقی تو زندگیت میفته فیزیکی و غیر فیزیکی تاثیر مستقیم میذاره روی اینی که انگیزه داشته باشی کاری انجام بدی. مثلا اگر دور و برت دوستایی داشته باشی آدمایی داشته باشی که خوشحالت نکنن خوب نباشن واسه
I didn't really notice that there were English captions over here. I was paying attention to the animation and that looks pretty good.
چیزی که خیلی متوجه شدم اینه که
I think that's the trend right now, right? Like having this text that kind of like appears character by character, word by word. I think that's pretty sleek.
کلا اتفاقی تو زندگیت میفته فیزیکی و
I think there are some good, what's it called? Like sound effects. I was going to say like non-diegetic sound effects that are there to kind of enhance the feeling with like some whooshes and some clicking sounds as well. I think that's working well. I think the volume of it could be worked on a little bit. Some of them is a little bit louder than others, so it felt a little distracting, especially for someone that's talking, like there's a talking head going over it as well. So because the talking head is like a lower tone sound, like a lower frequency sort of, like it's a little bit like bassier sort of, and then I hear these like very harsh clicks, it gets a little distracting. So that's something to kind of pay attention to as well.
غیر فیزیکی تاثیر مستقیم میذاره روی اینی که انگیزه داشته.
But otherwise, I think it's cool. Like you have some cool creative choices with the text over here and also the framing of this as well. So we're not just seeing like a full screen thing. It adds some color and style and it's not distracting as well.
مثلا اگر دور و برت دوست
And like this text that's glowing is really cool. Like I really like this.
داشته باشی آدمایی داشته باشی که
There's something about the contrast between like the bright, warmer tones of the text with the warmness of like the image over here that works well for me. Yeah, that's sweet. I think it's solid. Nice job. Called The Real Motivation. Bro, I'm new to editing. I would like you to review my work, but I think it's impossible to transmit what a envy. I mean, if you want me to review your work, then as a reminder, anyone can submit their work to be reviewed for this monthly stream. You just have to join the Discord, wait for an announcement where I mentioned that I'm doing the monthly work review stream and that this channel over here, submit for a live review, which is locked right now. That's when I will open it up. And I'll usually open it up for a week for you to submit so that I can check it out on stream. What language is this, bro? I have no idea. Did he mention? I just know it's not English. But yeah, thanks for submitting. This is great. Nice job. We got the next one called Hot Quality Motion Graphics Video. Hi, my name is Rakkesh York. Feedback request. I'd really appreciate if you could share your thoughts on my video. I'm especially looking for advice on areas I can improve in motion design and sound design. Okay. Motion graphic project showcasing high quality visuals. Sweet. Let's check it out. Short and sweet. That's nice. Let's watch it again because it's so short. I think it's pretty like, how to say it? It's like clean and minimal. I think there's a crispness to it that's working. But but I think there is a level of inconsistency with the font. Because, for example, this is a more like futuristic-y, gradient feeling kind of text as a header, like as like a main title kind of thing. But the text over here feels like it's more clean and corporate. And that kind of like difference between the two kind of throws me out. So I think that if you're going to go with one style, just like completely commit to it. Otherwise, it starts feeling like there's less cohesion. And then I think it's just like, because I expected this kind of like cleaner modern text to it. Like these are italicized, and then it feels a little hard to read, if that makes sense. Like I look at the background and the design is like, oh, it's this clean, bold, you know, sans serif font. And then this one's like italicized and it's more of like a futuristic, edgy kind of font. And it still does feel fairly clean, but I think it's just like the comment that I was making earlier in terms of like a lack of consistency with that. So I am also personally not a huge fan of this font, because it's just like makes it hard to be, it's hard to be legible in certain like longer phrases and sentences as well. And I feel like this font is meant to be more like title cards and like accent words and stuff, if that makes sense. I don't know the terminology for like motion graphics and stuff, but hopefully that sort of makes sense. If I were to nitpick just a little more, I don't mean to like tear apart your video, because I do think it's good in the sense of like feeling clean, but it's just like make sure your things are centered as well. Maybe this is centered to the screen, but like because it's not centered to your grid, it makes it feel like it's slightly lower than center, if that makes sense. That's just kind of like my perception as a viewer. Otherwise, I think the sound effects are great. I love the little clicky bits. They make it feel not distracting. And like the sound with like the bass boom kind of thing with like the red light, I think was a good choice. It could have been, I was thinking like a whoosh or something like that, because it's not like a hard red light transition. But I think the bass boom adds this like dramatic feeling to it when it turns red, which is why I think it works. So I think that in terms of sound, like, I'm just gonna watch this bit too. Yeah, little clicks and like the wooden piece, it sounds like wooden pieces are falling, like you're paying attention to that. So it all feels really intentional and like it just felt immersive. So yeah, nice job on that front. Say just in case I edit movies for adults, can you do a review? Do not judge me. I mean, there are, unless you're, if you're saying like R-rated stuff, then unfortunately there's no way that I can review this on stream because I am going to get my account banned. But totally cool that you're doing it though. I just can't review it. Death Severin says agreed, and I love your channel job it's awesome. Thank you. Montserrat Black would fit better. Yeah, that's usually like the font that I go for when I want something clean and minimal. Me totally trying to sound knowledgeable. Nah, you got it. Like that's exactly what I use. Either that or Helvetica, I think, are some go-to fonts for that kind of clean, modern look. But I'm sure it's become some sort of cliche at this point, but I don't really know. I'm not in the design space and stuff. I just look at things, it looks nice, and then I try to apply it to my own work. We got Charlie over here. Hey, Charlie. First time submitting your work for live review. Trailer for a photographer's YouTube vlog. Feedback focus. Overall, I'd like to hear your input on pacing and possible improvements for sound design. Full video is live on YouTube as well, but it's longer than the 3 minutes, so just submit the trailer. Okay, sweet. This serves as an IG trailer to promote the pilot episode for a new series the creator is posting on her YouTube channel. I try to make it dynamic, fast-paced, and include a little bit of everything that you'll see in the full version. Thanks in advance. Sweet, let's check it out. So you're seeing pacing and sound design, right? That's kind of the main thing.
You ready?
I'm ready. What you really want in life? What dreams are made of? Uh-oh. This is the moment that we get in trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we survive, it's gonna be epic.
That was a nice way to end things off. Nice job. Overall, I think it's pretty solid. Yeah, it's just a solid job. I think it was shot pretty well too. Sound and pacing. I think the pacing is overall good. I think that how would I say it? There are some choices where you're cross-cutting between these little montage moments like this, and also her talking, which feels great because it makes it feel like we are really watching it for her. It is not trying to be this like ultra cinematic trailer kind of thing, because ultimately if it's for a vlog, then we have to, feature her, right? It's going to be a lifestyle kind of thing. So having these bits and pieces of moments where she's speaking and like suggesting that something could be going wrong is great. It creates some tension and also creates some variety. So the pacing, it just feels good. It feels visually interesting as well. So I think you've got that down. There are some areas that I think could you could give a little more attention to. Like for example, the editing choice of including, like I like this is the moment we get in trouble, because then it's just like, oh, what's going to happen next, right? You're creating tension.
Get in trouble.
But then the next shot saying 1, 2, 3, 4, where she's like testing the mic, felt irrelevant to me as a viewer. So I think taking that away would be able to help the feeling of it. Not only that, when you're including the text like this as well, there's a reason that most people will put their text in the center, because we are watching usually like we're thinking about like our viewpoint, like where our eyeballs are going to be on the screen. And if I'm looking at the center already to feature the person and what's going on, then it's hard to digest visually the top and the bottom of the screen, especially when the title is only happening for like half a second, and then it goes into the next one. And also, I think there was like an of like this. And then there's this whole bit, and I don't even remember what the beginning of the sentence is anymore, because it's taken so much time to form that entire sentence. And I understand that it's a good way to like create that tension and create that buildup. But I think that for this specific example, there were either too many words or the words were just spread across too far apart. So that's something to kind of, I think, touch up on. Overall, I think the sound was okay. Like I like the music choice. It's a really classic choice. I think it adds it sets the tone really well. But I think it kind of threw me off in the beginning that there was no sound. I actually had to check. Like I thought my thing was muted for a second, or like this was muted. And as a viewer, I will also, like, I think as a random viewer, if I'm scrolling this or I'm watching this on YouTube or something, I'm going to wonder, like, is there supposed to be sound? So including a bit of ambient music, or even just like a little, like, because you have this effect of like a film burn type of feel, you could add in like a film burn, like a film burn sound effect to kind of like establish that like it's going into something, if that makes sense, other than starting with absolute silence, because that can kind of like throw you off as a viewer. But let me know what you guys think in chat. Like, do you guys agree with me? Am I just spewing nonsense over here? That's just my those are just my thoughts. But overall, like I said, I think it's a solid job. I think the pacing is good. I think you got your foundations really down pat, but it's just like those small things that can really elevate the overall quality. Tommy says, "Words to live by. I look at things and it looks nice." That's how I go, man. Like, I'm not a very technical person. So it's funny that I'm in the education space and making tutorials, because really ultimately it boils down to, that looks nice. I'm going to do something like that. We got Charlie. Yes, we got Charlie over here. Hello. What's up, Herman? What's up, everybody? We got Yosh Manru 9541. Welcome to the stream. Understood. Yes, I believe. Yeah, you're the one we're checking out right now, Charlie. Sorry to put you on like the hot seat. Makes sense. I felt loose in the text part, or lost in the text part. 100%. I went for a film scratch, but it's too low. Right. Was there a film scratch? Yeah, I did notice there was like a little bit of like a film, not a film static, like a vinyl static kind of sound to it, but I think it's just quiet. And when we visually see that there's a flash, it almost feels like there should be an intuitive sound effect to go along with it. And I think that may have reinforced that feeling of like, did I watch this on mute or was there no sound? And that split second can, you know, take viewers out of it, just having them wonder like if the sound was on. Sound in the beginning, I mean, is there? Yeah. So that's something to kind of pay attention to. Sub Herman, how's it going? It's going good. It's going great. We got a lot of submissions this time around, but they're all really good. So I'm always excited to see, you know, what kind of work you guys submit, because they always surprise me. But yeah, thanks for submitting your work, Charlie. Thanks for sharing this piece.
You ready?
It's solid. It's good. Dumb question. How do I unlock the submit for live review epic channel? It is not a dumb question, but I feel like I could make this clearer somehow, because I've been getting asked this quite a lot, and I thought I cleared it up in the description. But just to briefly remind how to access it, once a month near the end of the month, I will open up this channel. And how you find out when it's open is in the announcement channel. I will tag people with the review ready tag and let them know that they can submit their work. And that is a way for me to watch your work on stream. So just make sure that you've joined the Discord if you haven't already. I'll have to double check and make sure that it's in this stream description, because I thought I put it there, but apparently not. Wait for the notification at the end of the month. Yes, yes. Sweet. We are moving into the last one. The last one, unfortunately, did not follow our format. Read this before you post, please. So I don't know what kind of advice that you're looking for, but I will respect the fact that you submitted it, and check it out anyways. And I'll just make any comments and thoughts about it. But hopefully I'll provide something that... So this one is also like 19 minutes, and I'm not going to review the entire video, unfortunately, because I'm not going to spend 19 minutes on stream watching a video. But I will watch a little bit of the intro, and then I will skip forward a little bit and give you some overall thoughts.
We really are alone. If the universe is so big, there shouldn't be any other species.
Brody posted an hour ago. You didn't have to. Unfortunately, I understand. You tried to cram this in, so that's why I still want to watch this.
We really are alone. If the universe is so big, there shouldn't be any other species. Why are we still alone? Why can't we see?
Wait a second. I realized auto dub is on. How do I turn this off so I can listen to the original voice and stuff? I usually think I have it off by default, so YouTube doesn't seem to make this very intuitive. Audio track English. Okay, so Spanish original, like this, right? AI dub. Yeah, it's just an auto dub feature on YouTube. Like, it's pretty meh.
En verdad, estamos solos.
There we go. Okay, we got the proper sound design now. Because I was like, why is it not matching his lip flaps? Something is not right here. And this is the thing I don't really like about YouTube's integration of auto dub. It's nice and helpful, but it confuses the hell out of viewers sometimes.
En verdad, estamos solos. Si el universo...
Sorry, I keep pausing this because I'm finding new things that I need to fix. For example, I have no clue what he's saying, so I'm hoping that there's CC for English so I can at least know what the context is. And I'll watch a little bit of it. All right, here we go. Audio track. Yes, thank you. The slight delay on the stream, unfortunately, does not do me any favors because the answer is often given to me after I've fumbled around.
En verdad, estamos solos. Si el universo es tan grande, ¿no debería haber más especies? Y si es así, ¿dónde están? ¿Por qué aún estamos solos? ¿Por qué no los vemos por ningún lado? Oh, ya están entre nosotros y ni cuenta nos hemos dado. El universo es viejo, tiene 13.800 millones de años y es inmenso, tan inmenso que si cada grano de arena en todas las playas de la Tierra representara una estrella, el total de estrellas sería mayor, mucho mayor. Con tantas oportunidades, con tanto tiempo y espacio, la lógica nos grita que debería haber civilizaciones interestelares, faros cósmicos, ruido de radio, algo. Pero cuando apuntamos nuestros telescopios al vacío, lo único que escuchamos es un silencio ensordecedor. ¿Dónde están todos? Esta es una de las preguntas más importantes y desconcertantes de la ciencia. Y tiene un nombre.
All right, we're gonna start jumping ahead now.
150. Estamos en un almuerzo. ¿Dónde está todo el mundo? Tendrían una civilización podría forma energética 30.000 años. Esta es la respuesta.
I can't believe you had to make this entire thing. Whole 20-minute video. Like, that must have been really tough, especially with all this dynamic text. You got motion graphic, you got B-roll to cut to as well. Props to you, because I know how much work this must have been.
Minerales y proceso.
And overall, I actually like the sound design.
En verdad.
Like, I love that bass boom at the very beginning to really like get things going and really kick things into gear. Overall, with the tone with the music as well, it just feels super dramatic, which I think works for the context and the script of this video as well, talking about this paradox.
Estamos solos.
So I think those are some small things that are working really well for me. There's sound design as well that feels appropriate and matches the visuals as well. And also, a talking head can be really boring really fast, but like having those quick zoom ins like that and adding text on screen is a great way to keep things dynamic so that the viewer is still paying attention. Yeah, so a lot of like retention tactics stuff that are working really well. So yeah, nice job on this. Personally for me, this might be just nitpicky, but I'm not a huge fan of the big glowy text. I think there's something about the glow that's being feathered so much, it's so spread that it becomes a little distracting. But that might just be a personal preference kind of thing.
Apuntamos nuestros telescopios al Nacional de los Álamos junto a un grupo de físicos rico fermo.
And I understand that the animations cannot be very intricate, I guess, because they'll be really time consuming, and they're there to convey the thought, right? To convey the concept of what he's talking about. But there's a difference in terms of the style of like the glowy text, like this kind of style, and then stuff like this where it starts feeling like basic graphics and shapes, and then it kind of throws me off. So there's like a lack of consistency when it comes to that like quality of work.
El sol. Había colonizado dos evitable ausencia de evidencia, propio eco. Nosotros mismos hemos gritado el famoso mensaje de.
So like maybe if like these also had a glow or something like that, this actually reminds me of
tiempo y espacio.
This glowy text stuff reminds me of what's his name? Iman? Something? He's like a influencer, a YouTuber who talks about, you know, like I think like business stuff and all that stuff. His motion graphic kind of reminds me of this whole glowy bit. So if it was inspired by that, then maybe add a little bit of glowiness to this so it doesn't feel a very like 2D. And I understand this could be just like a skill related thing, like capacity, but I think there are some small details that can kind of like keep things a little stylized. Yeah, so I think that's something to kind of pay attention to. But overall, like the pacing's pretty good. Sound design's great as well. Like you're paying attention to the things that really matter and keep viewers engaged. So nice. I think it's solid. But yeah, thank you for submitting your work. That was awesome. So I just found out this live session and I'm waiting for a long render on 8E. It would be really cool to have my demo review by the one and only Herman Legend. Yeah, unfortunately, that will be all that I'm reviewing this stream. But for next time, yeah, just make sure that you tune in to the announcement channel and have the what's it called? The review ready roll so that you know when the channel is open. Just to keep it fair for everyone. Too much purple glow in the text. Yes, yeah, it's the glowiness that's a little much for me. A horrible home video saying what's up, what's going on, welcome to the stream. The black screen shadowing is very hurtful to my eyes. The black screen shadowing. Which part are you referring to? How long does it usually take to complete a video like this? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. We got Faceless Pro official asking that, and yeah, unfortunately, I think they were just trying to cram things in. So there's no like context or anything like that. But yeah, if you are a member and you're, yeah, I mean, you must be a member if you submitted this, but like, let us know in like the general chat or something, like how long it took for you to make this, because a 20-minute video, like, oh my gosh. I cannot imagine. I'm going to play ARAM now. No, I've dropped ARAM. I'm trying to like do a detox of League of Legends because that has ruined my productivity. It's like, I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship whenever I open up a league. Whether it's playing TFT, Summoner's Rift, or ARAM, it's just like, I never feel good about it. On stream, absolutely not. I don't think that's what people are tuning in for. They're not tuning in for me to play, to me to feed and flail all my skill shots. You mean behind him? I see the black screen shadow. Yeah.
Es un silencio ensordecedor. Y microsistemas es la.
Yeah, there's some things to touch up on, definitely. Some room for improvement, but overall, like, pretty solid stuff. But yeah, that is it for this live review submission. Dang, we got through a lot today. And yeah, I'm grateful that you guys are willing to share the work that you're working on as well. Like, as usual, I'm not looking, not looking for the most polished. I'm not trying to look for like professional polished work or anything like that. If you're just looking for, feedback on things that are work in progress or things that are just like, first drafts or anything like that, then I highly encourage you to submit it next time when it opens up. Because yeah, I think that's the best way to grow. Just get some feedback, not only from me, but also from other members in the Share Your Work channel as well. And sometimes when I have time, I will chime into the Share Your Work channel as well. But there's just like so much, so I do it if it's just like, it's on a weekend and I have nothing to do. Like, I just opened it up and just like, yeah. So when it's submitted over here, that's when it's a little more focused. Can't wait for the next month. I'm preparing a good animation. Hell yeah. Can't wait to see it. If you're working on animation next, I think that's a great next step, especially in your content creation journey. An edit of you losing it in a game with slow motion VFX would be great. Oh, I don't think anyone would want to see that. It would be frustrating watching me play, trust me. We got M. Dan Films. Brother, I honestly can't thank you enough for all your YouTube videos. I've learned so much from you. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that you've taken some stuff away from my content. But yeah, thank you for the kind words. Thanks for doing that. Thanks for doing this. It's really cool to connect with a creator like this. Yeah. You want to see? You do not want to see me gaming. Oh no. But yeah, right now I'm playing. What am I playing? I'm playing Octopath Traveler. That's my solo game. I'm trying to play things that are not PvP anymore. Things that like feel like they're out of my control. If my teammates aren't very good, or feeling like I'm not good enough and I'm letting my teammates down. a lot of that. So that's why I've been playing some more chill RPG turn-based games now. But yeah, that's all the work. That's all the stuff. This stream. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out with me, being in chat, giving your thoughts and opinions on things as well, and saying hello no matter where you are in the world. Even if you just drop by for like a little bit, like I appreciate you coming by. And also for the kind words and the affirmation that what I'm doing is valuable to you guys, whether it's doing these streams or creating content on my YouTube channel, because it really keeps me going, knowing that it's helpful. And it's fun. Like I'm glad that I get to do this for my job now full time. So very fortunate for that. Yeah, but to wrap things up, have a great day, Herman. Thanks for your time. Yeah. Peace, everyone. Good night. Thanks for the vibes, Hermy. Thank you for joining in, guys. But yeah, that's it. One more reminder, by the way, for people who are in this stream who do not know, I am hosting our very first frame by frame community challenge. Let me cut to that. Yeah, it's our first community challenge, open to anyone who is a member in this server. There are prizes, and it is my way of making a challenge or creating an event that basically rewards anyone who participates. So even if you're not one of the winners, and there are 3 winners with different ways to win, even if you're not, like, it's a format that encourages people to leave feedback on your work that you submit as well. So even if you don't win, like, you get feedback, and I think feedback is really important to really know where you should go next, because it can be tough knowing what the right direction is or like how people feel about your work. And this was my answer to it. That's why I'm excited to finally roll this out, and hopefully you guys find value in it too. Hope you guys show up and do it. Like, you don't have to film anything necessarily. You could just edit something with stock footage. It's totally up to your interpretation. And just to briefly talk about the 3 winners, one is the Spotlight creator, where their submission fits the judging criteria the best. Hidden Gem is like, even if your submission didn't get a lot of feedback, comments, likes, whatever, I will still pick someone that will win this prize that I think deserved a little more attention. So if it flew under the radar, like, don't worry. And also just people who leave valuable feedback, I will pick the one that left the best feedback as well. So you don't even need to create anything. You can just leave some feedback and you could win something as well. So yeah, that's the community challenge. You don't understand what you need to do for this challenge, to be honest. Okay, so to clear it up a little bit, more information is on this, but basically you just need to make a video that embodies this prompt. So for example, it could be a video on how it feels after making a mistake, how you fixed it, or just, some sort of fictional narrative that's based on the prompt, which is the mistake. So it could be a short film. It could be a little edit. It could be something that you film in your room. Like, it's open to anything. It could be an animation, whatever field that you're in. You could even be like a graphic designer. I don't really care. Like, as long as it's in the creative medium that you enjoy creating. And really all this is to encourage people to just create and share it. So yeah, hopefully that clears it up a little bit. Yeah, I'm not going to ramble on for too long. Just wanted to kind of remind people about that, because I know it's pretty easy to miss these announcements. And I think this is an important kind of like next step in this community. So yeah, I guess that's it for now. I will see you guys in next month's stream, which will probably be near the end of the month as usual. So I guess I'll see you guys in February. Take care until then, and just bye. I don't know how to do a good goodbye without it being